What's up, guys? Today's Thursday. I don't usually vlog on the weekdays, but I'm been invited to a gala. Is it Gala? I'm not sure. I've never been invited to one. I guess I'm now like at that age where I'm being invited to these kind of things. So I'm about to throw on a suit, take my wife, and go support a really good cause. It's for scholarships. It's called Glass Half Full Georgia. Join us for an inspiring evening as we celebrate 10 years of our vibrant, committed community in Georgia, hosted at the home of dedicated board member Michelle Domenico. We'll savor delicious cuisine, handcrafted cocktails, and meaningful conversations with Georgia's best and brightest. We can't wait to share this magical evening as we raise funds to further impact opportunity, choice, and belief within our community. Let's raise a glass to a decade of progress and the boundless possibilities of the next one. Doesn't really explain much, but I think it has something to do with college scholarships. The cool thing though is it's my boy, as I clip my nails here, his name is David Kim, and I have a lot of respect for that guy. He's really cool. If you guys have ever heard of anything called C2 Education, it's like a learning center. He started that in his Harvard dorm room, and it went on to become this amazing success. I believe he sold it, but he still has some ownership to it. It's one of the coolest guys I've ever known. I think it's pretty amazing to be able to start a business and then sell it. So like my situation, I started my business, which is cool and it's successful, but I could never sell it. The business is me. I am the business. Without me, my business is worth nothing. So for someone to be able to start a business like C2 Education, find a buyer, and have it worth something even without him at the helm, just goes to show what kind of amazing business he created. So really proud of David, and I think he spends a lot of time really doing his best to nurture and like cultivate the youth, because the youth is the future, obviously, and we've got to take care of the young for the future, right? So I can support a good cause like that, and also go and look fucking cool as shit. Probably gonna ask me for money, and I don't know. I'm not gonna just give them my money, but if it makes sense, and I really do think they're doing good work, which I'm probably sure they are since David is involved, I'm happy to support. Alright, let's see here. What the fuck was I thinking and doing? My favorite blazer I've ever owned. I don't typically go to these kinds of things. I don't really get invited to things like this. I think, like I said, I think I'm like now at that age group where we're being invited to, you know, help support the community and all of that. What in the world? Like a stain on here. Alright, that's fresh from the dry cleaner. Still had a stain on it. I don't know if I should be aware of this. I'm kind of nervous, you know, being around people that are like, I mean, I guess they're like me. They are, but they're not. I totally remember why I agreed to go to this now. Number one, obviously I'm there to support my friend David and his wife MJ, who are super dope people. Their kids are adorable, so smart, so intelligent. I'm like, man, how come I can't be a good parent like that? So being around them is really cool. MJ mentioned to me that there would be opportunities to mentor students. I do love mentoring people, so I have a mentor, and I remember going to go meet him, and I didn't think he would meet me. I hit him up and I was like, hey, would you be willing to meet with me? And he said yes. I went to go meet him, and I was like, hey, like, what made you say yes to meet with me and like mentor me? And he told me that he once had a mentor that he sought out, and his mentor told him, hey, if someone comes seeking your mentorship, then you should offer it to them, because it's a huge honor, it's a huge compliment. It's a way to contribute, to the future, right? By cultivating the youth. So I don't go looking for people to mentor, but if people do seek my mentorship and they're serious about it, then I offer my time. I carve out my time for them. I do what I can. That's what my mentor's mentor did. That's what my mentor did. And so I feel like now it's my obligation to do the same. However, there's one issue that I feel like is just, I don't know if parents really want me around their kids. Like, I'm not like the typical attorney, the typical professional. I got a potty mouth. I'm certainly not a dangerous person or anything like that, but I'm not the typical private school dad. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm cool. I want my kids to be mentored by someone like me, but also just like, I know that I'm not conventional. That's the word. I'm not so conventional. And some people are afraid of that, and I don't want anyone's parents to be like, yo, what are you teaching my kid? Right? I wouldn't want someone teaching my kid something that I wasn't philosophically like aligned with. Yeah, I think the rule is like, if you do black belt, then you got to do black shoes and all that kind of shit, but I have no idea if I even have any black shoes out of all the shoes that I have, so I'm doing brown loafers today. And it's casual, they're business casual, so, but who cares about a little bit of a mismatch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm like totally Celine out right now. I go through my Rolex collection, I think about wearing it, and it's always like, it feels kind of bulky these days. Like, I am a Rolex fanboy for sure, but because I've been wearing so many like small dainty watches like Cartier and like the ladies Pateks, every time I put on a Rolex now, it's like, man, that feels huge or something. Even though it's not, I kind of want to sell my Rolex collection. But then if I sell it, I'm going to be like, oh, why'd I sell it? I always do that. Yo, I look fired. April, approved?
You look so thirsty.
Approved. Okay, I totally misspoke. We are not on our way to a gala. We are on our way to a dinner party. So I've yet to been invited to a gala, but I'm also never invited to dinner parties either. There's a dinner party where you got to dress up, so I'm interested to know how this goes. What's up, Henry?
How you doing,
How
boss?
are you, man?
Good to see you.
Always good to see you. You look great.
Thank you.
So we've made it
Thank you.
to the destination. They got a shuttle. Probably one of the most swankiest neighborhoods I've ever been in. It's like every house looks massive. Looks like the president lives in every single one of these homes. This property is huge. We just got out of the street and now there's like black cars taking us to the home, I suppose. You look great per usual. Jesse, what's up? I'm good, man. What's going on? Yeah, what do they do? 1.1? That's a good deal. Okay, sounds good, bro. That's awesome, man. All right, Jesse, I'll talk to you soon. So my close friends, he had a case for his aunt that I couldn't handle. It's not the type of case that I handle, but they just settled it for 1.1 million. 1.1 million for his aunt. Never has to work again. Shout out to her. There's April right there, trying to get a drink. Alcoholic. Just the drive up the driveway was so crazy. It just goes around and around and around. A massive estate, and they have like basically like secret security, but for the premises, I suppose. It makes me realize like I'm not successful at all. Like there's levels to this shit. I am an absolute utter failure.
Is mine even on?
Yeah.
Okay.
You missed the mouche bouche. It was like a really fancy Chef Boyardee ravioli.
They came by with some skewers and something else.
Yeah, before we were gonna show up, I was like, I had no idea what to expect.
I had no idea what to expect. When you said dinner party, I thought we were going to be sitting at a table. like.
That's what I thought too, like in somebody's house. We
Like-
are definitely in somebody's house.
No,
We're in
but-
somebody's estate.
But we're like at a wedding. That's like it's
Oh,
like
yes, this
less
is-
hardcore.
It's about as nice as a wedding. If this was a wedding, I'd be like, this is one of the nicest weddings I've ever been to. It's really incredible. I was telling them, like, I feel out of place.
But
Oh, it's
you
like,
don't look out of place.
I don't?
Nope. I think I could have worn my white satin gown.
Yeah, get married.
This is my wedding. No, but I think I dressed just fine. I feel like
Oh, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Like, I can tell, like, people who work really hard and do a lot of good work
are here.
are here. Yeah, and I can support this cause. They obviously care very deeply. I wish I brought my kids because I see other children.
I don't know if our kids were necessarily invited.
That's true.
Finally, I want to give a really special shout out, that's what we say, to our sponsors, Antares Capital, Eagle Merchant Partners, Modern Executive Solutions, Troutman Pepperlock, Savills, and MJ and David Kim. Please clap for our sponsors. We are so grateful that all of you all, your corporations, your families, believed enough in Greenhouse.
All right, we are back home now. That was crazy. That was like one of the most beautiful, amazing houses I've ever been to. So now I know a lot more. That dinner party was for the greenhouse, and they provide scholarships for people in our community, people in our community that are underprivileged as well. And they let students who were former scholarship recipients speak about kind of their journey with Greenhouse, and they've had a lot of success. It's really cool listening to these kids talk about, I shouldn't say kids, they're adults now, but just listen to them like talk about how they, struggled growing up financially, and Greenhouse helped pitch in for their college education. But beyond just the money, because Greenhouse wasn't offering the biggest scholarships, but what they do is they connect you with a mentor, like a one-on-one mentor. So the scholarship is beyond money. Like, you get a deep network of people. So a lot of kids coming out after you graduate from school, you're looking for a job. Well, if you've been a Greenhouse scholarship recipient, so all the people at Greenhouse become your network. So it's a huge advantage for these kids who receive this scholarship. They asked me to be a mentor. I'm down to do it. Shout out to MJ who invited us, and her husband David, fucking smart dude himself. I learned a lot too. I was like, I'm not doing shit. I'm not doing anything that important at all. I got more work to do, and it was kind of motivating to see all these people who are like uber successful, and kind of made me look in the mirror and realize, like, hey, maybe I'm resting on my laurels too much. Maybe it's time to get back to work. We'll see. Anyways, dinner party. It's fun.
Well, just called me in just as I was Eddie Harris. She eating crazy cheese like you would